going to show you even count peyote stitch. Peyote stitch is a great stitch that most people begin with because it's a nice, easy, fun stitch to do. Now I've put my stopper bead on, and I've actually, as you see here, I've gone through twice with the thread because look, it doesn't move then, it's really there firmly and I've got a good hold. I'm going to pick up an even amount of beads. It's very important that it's an even amount of beads because this is even count peyote stitch. Now I'm going to just work with 10 and I'm going to check that there is 10. So I usually count in threes, 3, 6, 9, 10. There's my 10 beads, and I'm going to bring them down to my little stopper bead, and then I'm just going to hold it here with my hand so that I've got my row of beads. Now to begin, pick up another bead. Now this first bead here, this is I'm going to miss, and then I'm going to go through the next one. So it's a little mantra that you can use with peyote stitch. Miss a bead, pick up a bead, or through a bead, pick up a bead, miss a bead. And then I'm just going to pull down my thread, and usually what I do here is just hold it between my fingers so that it comes up and sits nicely side by side. Then I'm going to pick up another bead, and don't worry if it doesn't sit perfectly straight away because it will as we carry on. Now again, I'm going to miss a bead and go through the next bead. And then again, if you hold it with your fingers, you can see what you're doing. And then I can just bring that up and get a nice bit of tension, and you'll see now that it's actually starting to sit as I would like it to sit. So again, I'm going to pick up a bead and I'm going to go through, I'm going to miss this one and go through the next one here. So pick up a bead, miss a bead, through a bead. There you go. And again, keep it between your fingers, and then you can pull up your tension nicely, and you can see it's happening there. Then again, pick up a bead, miss a bead, through a bead. Oops, not through two, just through one, and pull it up. And again, pick up a bead, miss a bead, and through the last bead. Now if you have a bead left over, then you know you've made a mistake, and this is a good reason why you see the stopper bead is a different color. That way I know I'm not going to incorporate that into my design and accidentally go through it. So now there's my first row, or my first working, but you can see I've actually got 3 rows. You can see here's the first row, here's the second row in the middle, and here's the third row. And you can see I've got 2, then 1, 2, then 1, 2, then 1. Now to carry on, all I'm going to do is turn my work over, and then I'm going to continue back down. So again, I pick up a bead, I miss a bead, I go through a bead. See, if you keep it between your fingers, it sort of helps it work nicely. So pick up a bead. Now I'm going to miss this little bead in the middle. So you can see that making like little U shapes. So now it's easy. I just go through the next one and pull that up. And then you can see that's the bead I'm going to miss, and the next one's sticking up very nicely for me. So again, I miss that one and I go through the one that's sticking up and pull that up. Just see where I'm going. Pick up a bead, miss that bead, through the next one sticking up. Now the nice thing about even count peyote, it's really easy because you just literally have to go back and forward. See, there's my end bead, I'm missing this bead, so I've picked up a bead, missed a bead, go through a bead. And now I'm at the end of the row. All I have to do is turn it over, and I'm ready to begin back the other way. So it's just again more of the same. Pick up a bead, miss this bead, and go through the next. So you can see all these little ones sticking up here. They're the ones I'm going to go through. So peyote stitch is actually really easy. So I'll just continue to the end of this row so you can see it again one more time. You see they sort of click into place as you go through. Yeah. And you can see, and I'm ready to go back the other way, that I've got like a nice brickwork effect. And obviously I'm using dark thread for the purposes of the video, but you can see that, you know, the bead, you've got the beads sitting very nicely in between one another. So that is even count peyote stitch.